We're live again. Take two. You don't know that song? Mama, she's my favorite.
I've heard of it. I don't remember it though. I know it's 70.
My mom sings this to me. 74.
There it is. Me either.
I do love it though. So I figured.
Oh yeah, those oldies.
Right? It just has like a. You just want to
get your groove on.
Yes. So Shaundi, I wanted to start by.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, bless you. By wishing everybody that's watching a happy Mother's Day if you're a mother or to your mothers.
Happy Mother's Day.
And especially to your mom.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's anything you could tell us about her, I saw on your Instagram a post that you posted that was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And she seems like a really important person in your life. Do you have anything to say about her?
Oh, are we back? Okay.
We're back.
So my mother, she, God rest her soul, she died in, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, sound like it's a little bit of lag. So my mother was everything to me.
I'm so sorry, I didn't know.
Unfortunately died in late 2000. Yeah, no, it's all good. She's in a better place, but she died of stage 4 pancreatic cancer in 2014, and they diagnosed her in 2012. They gave her maybe 6 months to live, and she wound up living 2.5 years. So my fighting spirit, my never say die attitude, never give up attitude comes from my mother. Yeah. My mother was a beautiful person.
She's gorgeous.
She loved everybody. She, thank you. She would give you the shirt off her back. She was a very, very lovely, angelic soul. She had a hardcore lifestyle, unfortunately, but she was able to turn all her setbacks into a phenomenal comeback. And she is by far my biggest superhero on the planet. And she just taught me probably the best success secrets to help me be the person that I am today, for sure.
Wow, I so appreciate you sharing that with us, and I'm touched by that. Thank you so much. And I could see that spirit in you for sure. So now I know why.
Yeah.
So I wanted,
yeah.
Okay, I don't even know how we met, which is like really interesting. Because we just had that, we were friends immediately and just, had love for each other. And I mean, you've just been so supportive since I've known you, whether it was just hopping on the phone and praying and just being like, just so kind and always rooting me on. And I just really appreciate you. And I value our friendship a great deal. And I thought this would be a beautiful place to showcase you and your gifts and share that with the world, my world. And I would love to hear more about your story. And, you're the author of From Homeless to Greatness, the Shaundi Goins story. And can you tell, I want to definitely put that link on this interview so people could look into the book and learn more. But can you give us a little brief synopsis of your book?
Yeah. So, today as an author, motivational speaker, consultant, and an entrepreneur, I served in higher education for 11 years. And for the most part, I was in a for-profit higher education sector. And so as a college recruiter, it was all about creating revenue for the schools. And by doing that, you got to put cheeks in the seats to, to keep the university going. And so I had a very, very successful career. I've been able to work with thousands of college students for over, across 12 countries. I've helped so many of them not just enroll into school, but to get their degree, and also help them provide leadership development skills and life skills so they can live their best life in their career as well as in their livelihood. And so, people that know me today, they see all the accomplishments of today. But what many people may not know, it has not always been that way. And so prior to me getting started in business for myself, speaking across the United States, I was actually a United States homeless Navy veteran in late 2001. So I have a disease of addiction. And unfortunately, that disease of addiction started when I was about 16 years old. And I carried that to the about maybe but my and other nurse, I got kicked out. At that time, Jennifer, that's all I had. I had barely graduated high school. I didn't really have any professional skills to have a career. And so my father said, you need to go to the military and learn a trade. And when I blew my career in the Navy because of my addiction, I came home severely depressed. And I was so depressed, I was willing to put on this facade that everything is okay. And I said, you know what? I want to start a business. I said, but I need to make money quick. So the way I was going to make money was sell drugs. And I did for a little while. The problem is when you're an addict and you're trying to sell drugs, you end up becoming your best customer. And so I ended up being homeless. I was suicidal, super duper depressed. And I lost my way. And so one day I decided that I was just going to commit suicide because I just felt that the world didn't need me and I was just a waste of space. And I'll never forget, in the 11th hour of me wanting to commit suicide, my higher power, spoke life to me and said, Shaundi, I didn't create you to be average. I didn't create you to live the life that you're living right now. You're better than this. There's greatness within you, and I created you to serve a mighty nation. I created you to share unlimited world knowledge to help people get from where they are to where they wanted to be. And at that time, when you're strung out on crystal meth and alcohol, you're thinking, well, God, I appreciate you speaking that into me, but I don't know who the hell I don't know who you're talking about, because I can't even take care of myself. How am I going to help anybody else? And he said, well, you got to go through a process, huh? He said, the first thing you need to do is you need to get clean and sober. He says, because you're right. You can't help anybody else while you're under the influence. You have this disease of addiction and you got to take care of that like now. And so my mother, God rest her soul, my mother, she had a disease of addiction as well, but she went to a place called Cura. It's a behavioral modification 12-step program. Her and my father went through that program and it changed both their lives. Like, my mother made a complete 180 in her life. And so to see my mother and father, who came from a very tough background and changed their life, I said, I got a shot. But what I got to do is I got to be able to put in the work. So I called my mother and I said, Mom, I said, does Joe LaCarrie and Rita got a bed for me in Cura? She said, let me call Rita up and see if they got a bed for you. So I waited on the phone and Mom got back on the line. She says, Rita has a bed for you at the new cure facility in West Oakland, and you need to be there tomorrow at 10 o'clock a.m. I said, okay, cool. And so I'll never forget, it was the day before I had went. I was still under the influence. There was some things going on in the streets. You know, my reputation was on the line. And there were some things that I was supposed to take care of. But it was like, if you keep your reputation in the streets and maybe go away to prison for a very, very long time, or you may die because of being in that underworld. And my cousin William came into my hotel, and he saw this letter that I had wrote, and he said, cousin, our family, we've been a part of that life, and you know where that life has gotten us. He said, you don't want to do this. And so he says, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play big cousin. You're going to take your ass to Cura, and you're going to get yourself cleaned up, Shaundi, because you better than this, bro. Everybody in the family know that you better than this. You got so much potential. He said, cousin, do not go down this road, please. So I went on the Cura December 10th of 2001, and I went on a 16-month journey to not only get off the drugs and alcohol, but to gain recovery, not just to stay sober, but to gain recovery and learn to live life on life's terms without the use of drugs and alcohol. So now I have management. My life was unmanageable during my addiction. Now I have structure in my life, which is I never had before. That's why my life was everywhere. I had no structure. I had no direction. And so when I was at Cura, I learned the foundational skills of how to be my best person. And so from there, my counselor saw the potential. He was like, Shaundi, you're 25 years old, kid. You don't have any felonies. You don't have a criminal record to where, unlike us OGs, we got felonies. We've been to prison multiple times. There's few opportunities that we can have from a professional standpoint. He said, but you, kid, he said, you got greatness. And I'm like, man, God told me that God told me that before I got to the program. And now here is my counselor, my mentor, speaking life over my being. And he says, Shaundi, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to college. I want you to get around people that are like-minded like you. They're goal-oriented. They want to go places. I also want you to get around people that are at a much higher level than you, because the only way that you're going to grow is you got to learn from the people that you are to become. And so at that time, Jennifer, I had I didn't know about, it wasn't revealed to me that I was becoming a motivational speaker. It wasn't revealed to me that I was becoming a high performance consultant. It wasn't revealed to me that I was, that what I am today. But I knew that God had something for me. And so these were the stepping blocks of where I was going to wind up today. But see, I had to go through a process. Because why do I have to go through this process? I had to go through this process because how are you going to serve a mighty nation and you don't know how to overcome your own adversity? And so when I went through this process, it was able to help me get a little bit closer to my my anointing, if you will. So I went on to college. I got around highly successful people. I got around like-minded people, like yourself, of course, and I got a career. For the first time ever, I got a career, and I got a career in the field that helped change my life. And lo and behold, this drug addict, this severe alcoholic, this kid with PTSD from all the physical, sexual, emotional, psychological abuse that I went through as a kid, the trauma that I went through. The kid that self-esteem was broken since he was 3 years old. And to be able to come back from all of that and have a career and have a life where I'm finally happy, like I'm finally at peace. And I said, okay, God, here we go. So I became a substance abuse counselor. I loved it. I love helping the addicts that still suffer. I mean, I was having the time of my life, Jennifer, and I was a counselor for 4 years, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it. And I was helping people at the local level, right? And one day, I'm working outpatient called a place called Community Recovery Center, CRC in East Oakland. And I loved what I was doing, but there was something inside me that was saying, you're meant for more. Like my spirit was like, you're doing a phenomenal job. You're helping so many people, but you're meant for more. And I was like, I am. You're right. And so for the first time in 4 years, I began to think, well, maybe I'm supposed to go beyond just counseling. Maybe it's time for me to grow more. And so I said, I'm gonna pray on this. I'll pray on this because I'm in a good space as a counselor. But I said, I'm gonna just let the Lord lead the way. So I'll never forget, Jennifer. My site manager, Mr. Ellis, had all these VHS tapes, and it would be these tapes that we would use to come up with ideas to do our groups for our clients, right? And so I'm looking through the VH tapes, and I happen to pop out this one tape, and I said, "Who is Les Brown?" Who in the hell is Les Brown? So I said, I don't know who the hell this guy is, but let me go ahead and pop it into the VCR to find out if I can get any gems for him to do this group. So I popped the DVD in. I popped in the VHS tape, and I saw this guy on stage, and he was talking to, I don't know, thousands of people. And his message was, you got to be hungry. You got to be hungry for life. There's greatness within you. There's greatness within all of us. And his energy was on another level that I've never seen before. And when he was talking about you got to be hungry, he began to stir up that next level into me. He began to stir up, yes, Shaundi, this is the key to your next level. He began to reveal to me that everything that you've done up to this point has been a reason. And you've been asking yourself, what is that next step? What is the next step in my life's mission? And he spoke to me just like God spoke to me. He was like, there's greatness within you. You're meant to do so much more. And all you have to do is believe in yourself, get around the right kind of people, get yourself some mentors, and you go after it. And you go after life like you've never been before. And you go after life as if your life depended on it. Chills. And he was just like, right, I know, chills. Like, I'm getting goosebumps right now. And he said, and the one thing that his main message was, is you got to be hungry. Meaning that you gotta be determined. You gotta be in a space to where whatever you want to do in life, you gotta go after it with everything you have, even though there are gonna be some obstacles along the way. So I finished watching that tape, and I said, Jennifer, I don't know who the hell this guy is, but I want to be just like him when I grow up. And I said, this guy he's inspiring people. He's getting people pumped up. He's teaching people these powerful life skills to help them change their life. And I said, that's what God called me to do. That's what God called me to do. God called me to be a life changer. God called me to serve a mighty nation. It looks like that Les Brown guy. It looks like that's exactly what he's doing. So I want to emulate him and do what he does. And so that was the beginning of that next level. And so I didn't know how I was going to become like him. But I learned.
But you knew why.
I did. I discovered my why. And that's so important for us as people. You got to figure out what your life purpose is in order for you to step into that. And once you know what your life purpose is, from there, you just got to create that GPS. You create that you create that plan. You create that strategy, and you got to get yourself some mentors to help you see the blinders that we all have, and help you motivate, inspire, keep you accountable, and provide some their experience and their resources to help you get to that next level. And so, again, success leave clues. A good friend of mine, the summer of 2007, said, "I'm working with a multi-millionaire business coach, and she's helped changing my life." And she said, "You need to go see this lady." And I said, "Well, how much it costs to go see this guru?" And she said, "Well, it's going to cost like $297. That's the registration fee.
Damn.
You got hotel, you got food." And she said it's going to cost about $1,200.
Ah.
And Jennifer, I never had $1,200 in the bank. I never had $1,200 in the bank. And the most money I ever asked somebody to borrow was probably about $100 to get me some to rent me a tux to go to my senior ball, right? But the thing about it is at that time of my life, there was another level I had to get to. And I had reached a level where I kind of was peaked out from a financial standpoint. And I sat there one night and said, okay, I'm going to college. At some point, I'm going to get my bachelor's degree in psychology. But the thing about it, with a bachelor's degree in psychology, I'm going to probably make maybe $15 per hour. I'm probably make $30,000 per year with a bachelor's degree, with a $50,000 school debt. And I'm like, I'm still going to be broke with a bachelor's degree. My family is still going to struggle with a bachelor's degree. And I said, no, I need something more than just this traditional education. So I finally went to this mentor, and I went to this 2-day seminar, and she was like another Les Brown. She was a speaker, she was a teacher, she was a trainer, and she was serving thousands of people in that room. And I said, that's going to be my coach. And I came from that event, and she gave me the confidence that I never had before. And she didn't give me traditional skills. She didn't give me traditional education. She gave me specialized education. And she gave me specialized education to go to that next level. And so I rode with that mentor for 4 years.
Wow.
And throughout that time, I was able to get into a business. I was able to learn new business skills. I was able to learn professional skills that really helped take my life to that even higher level. And then after being with that mentor for 4 years, I said, okay, I've been trained, I've been coached, I've been mentored. Shaundi, it's time for you now. It's time for the student to become the teacher.
Whoa, I like that.
Right? It was time for me to just stop watching the Dannys of the world and the Les Browns of the world and the Tony Robbins of the world. It was time for Shaundi to get on stage and start speaking. It was time for Shaundi to get on stage and start teaching. It was time for Shaundi to get on stage and start to empower a mighty nation.
Mm.
And so the next level is, hey, kid, you got to increase your speaking skills and you got to take action. So in my career, because at that time I was also, I became a college recruiter. And so I had to do group presentations. I had to speak in front of a lot of students, faculty, administrators, counselors, parents. And so incrementally, that was helping me with my presentation skills, being comfortable with talking in front of a lot of people. And in 2011, I came back to my mentor, and she had me on stage to do a role play. In my early days, when I went to go see my mentor, and I would see people go on stage to do a role play, I was scared.
I was just going to ask,
like,
I knew you would answer.
I said, man, I said, it's 1,000 people at this event.
Oh,
this is not 50 people, 100 people. This is 1,000 people.
This isn't my 10 friends family.
Right. You exactly. And you know, this is Mother's Day. I always wanted my mother to come to one of the events that I went to, because my mother saw me change my life. And I said, Mom, you gotta come see Danny with me. And so in 2011, I believe it was in Los Angeles, my mother came to First Steps to Success with me, and go ahead and figure, it was time to role play with the guru, Danny Johnson. And she says, who wants to mentor with me? And I said, Shaundi, it's time. So I raised my hand, and she picked me. And I said, oh, shit. I said, oh, shit, here we go. And so I got on that stage, and I said to myself, Shaundi, it's not about you. It's about your tribe. It's not about you. It's about the people that needs to hear what you have inside of you. This is not your first time speaking. You've been speaking since the day you were born. You've been giving advice since I was a little boy. You have been great all along. See, you were anointed to be one of the best transformation speakers, one of the best transformation consultants in the world from day one. You were anointed at a young age. But in 2011, my friend, it was time for me to become appointed. I got on that stage. It's 1,000 people. And I role played with my mentor that changed my life. And I got on that stage, and I killed it. And I killed it. And you want to know why I killed it, Jennifer?
I do.
Because I didn't know that I killed it. When I got off stage, my team said, Shaundi, you were amazing. Wow. Did you see all these business people, all these thought leaders, all these top of mind people in this stage cheer for you? And they were just on fire. And I said, what the hell are you talking about, Jackie? You see my hands was shaking, and I had the microphone. Y'all didn't see the microphone shaking. And they said, what are you talking about, dude? We didn't see none of that, dude. You did great. I said, man, I'm having anxiety disorder right now. Give me the brown bag. That's how I was feeling, Jennifer. But then after we went for lunch, and people were coming up to me and said, Shaundi, man, I never heard somebody bring that message home like you did. Man, I learned some business skills that I plan on taking to my company. I'm sitting there looking at this dude. I'm like, this man is a millionaire. I got people coming up to me. They making 7 figures, 8 figures, high five, 6 figures, high 5 figures per year in their business. I inspire people like that on that level. I was teaching people business skills at that level. I am good. I am great. And that gave me the confidence to go and move on, and then build my company, build my own brand, build Shaundi Goins Coaching Group. And then I started speaking to the colleges. Then I started speaking at business events. Then I started training other business people. I started training people in the personal development industry, which is our field, and saying, Shaundi, I want to be great. I want to serve a mighty nation, but I don't know how to start a business. Where do I get started? And I said, I got you. I got you. And I said, I started from the ground up myself. And so, you know, let me help you with your mindset first. Because if your mind is not right, if you don't have mental toughness, then the likelihood of you getting to the level that you want to get to, I just seen a lot of people not make it when their mind is not right. So what I got to do is I got to help you grow from the inside out, right? And when I'm able to help my clients grow from the inside out, that's how they wind up dominating in their business or careers or their life. And the thing about it is I teach people what was taught to me. But, you know, at some point you have to be able to create your own system, right? And what I started doing was I said, here's the thing. I teach mental toughness. It's a 12-week process that they have to go through to get them ready for business. You want to go into business, you already know 90% of businesses go out of business within 6 months' time, right? It's a lot of businesses out there. There's only 10% of businesses that are really making it happen, still in business, thriving in business. So after those 12 weeks, if you grind it, if you fail forward, if you learn how to turn your fears into your friends, now we got a baseline. We have a foundation for you to, hey, we got to start branding you. What is it? What service do you want to provide? What products do you want to provide? Is there a market for your business, right? You know, it's business one-on-one. And from there, it's like, okay, we got to start branding you. And we have to figure out what separates you from everybody else. So I work with, you know, a lot of life coaches when they're brand new. What separates you as a life coach or a life changer compared to all the other life changers that are out there today, right? And once we're able to identify, you know, what your specialty is, then it's about, well, where's your target audience at, right? Where is your audience that you know that you can, you know how to solve their problem? And what I teach is you step into your power. Like whatever you're passionate, whatever your strengths are, I need you to do that, right? I need you to focus on that. All that other stuff in your business, outsource that. You know, I tell clients to get yourself an LLC, because when you get yourself an LLC, you can hire interns. And when college students are doing internships, they're not allowed to get paid for it unless that's an externship. But if they're doing an internship, they cannot get paid for an internship. So as a business owner, we have an LLC. You know, if you don't know how to do a website, if you don't know how to do SEO and click funnels and all that stuff that they say, you need this and you need that to build a business. If that's not you, outsource that stuff. You focus on being the CEO of your company. CEO works on the business instead of in the business. You don't have to be a one man or one woman army. You don't have to be the manager, the IT person, the web developer, all those different positions within the company, right? You are the CEO. You delegate and you work on what you're number one at. And when my clients do that, they're stepping into their power, they're stepping into their why, they're operating in their life's mission, and they thrive, right? And so that's what I do. That's what I do for my clients. And pretty much when I'm working with high performance clients, those are people that are working professionals. They're people that they want to advance in their career, or they want to get a career, or they just want to be a better purpose. They want to be a happy person. They want to live a life that they love. They want to live a purpose-driven life. You know, and the great Tony Robbins always talks about, there are many people that are successful, but they're not fulfilled, right? And so there's a lot of people that have money, but they're not happy, right? And so my thing is to help people be successful, but also live a life that they love. And so Amen. That's my full circle. That's how I was able to get to where I'm at today. And so, man, I'm so excited to be on your show.
I'm so happy to have you. And I just know that, I mean, everyone's lit up from all the knowledge that you just shared. And I just appreciate you so much. This is amazing. I was hanging on it every word too.
Amen to that. Amen. Yes.
So I also wanted to tie in my chopping block, and I don't know your favorite food. So I want to know what that is.
Oh, man. Filet mignon.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I go hard. Shrimp.
Okay.
And lobster. You're throwing some asparagus, and I'm good to go.
Ooh. That sounds like Steak Oscar.
Yeah, hello.
We have that for Christmas every year.
Ooh, and that's my birthday. That's the dish that my queen serves me every year on my birthday.
Wow. Yeah. When's your birthday again?
March 27th.
Oh my God! Happy belated.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So we have Brian here. I actually met in the Gary Vaynerchuk community.
Yes.
And he said a CEO works on the business, not in the business.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just a huge lesson, like that I've heard Tony say. And I was actually talking to one of my peer groups last night about is, you want to be a business owner, not operator. And
exactly.
Yeah. So that's great. Thanks, Brian, for watching. And John was super supportive and commented. Also, Kyle's from Gary's community. John's a Tony guy.
V. Yeah, Tony. Those are people. Those are people.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Oh, love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I know I don't want to keep you away from your queen too long because I know you have your babies and you want to light her up and make sure she's having a great day.
Yes.
But I did want to ask maybe if we could just end in a little prayer. It is Sunday.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So am I doing the prayer? Am I leading the prayer?
You do it so good. I wouldn't be able to do it justice.
All right, no worries.
I was like, all right, we'll do a silent one. It's cool.
So great designer, highest source of energy, your most highest self. Thank you for this wonderful day. We want to praise and love on all the mothers in the universe. They are the ones that deliver life and to help groom the beautiful angelic souls of the world. And this is their special day. We just want to honor and love on them and, make this day really special. Put a smile on their face. Let them know that you love them for everything that they do. You want to create that space that they know that, hey, I'm loved, I'm appreciated, and I'm grateful and honored to be the mother of you. And we should also take this time and just remember that Mother's Day is not one day. Mother's Day should be every day for all the mothers because their work never ends. They're working 365 days, 24/7. And It doesn't matter as we get older into our adolescent years, our teenage years, our young adult years, our middle-aged years, we're still considered babies to our mothers. And so their job is never done. I want to thank the universe for all of you that's on this show, for all the tribe members, for Jennifer. I want to honor you guys for stepping into your power, never giving up, always moving to that next direction in your life's calling. And I want to come to you today and let you know that there is greatness in you. There is a level of phenomenalness that you will get to, because you are a phenomenal being. You are the person, you are a tribe that is unstoppable. Your level of your knowledge, wisdom, and skills is unlimited. You can pull from the universe and gain everything that you need to manifest the life that you love and to manifest the life of everyone that you touch. And just know that today is your time, not tomorrow, because we may not be here tomorrow, but today is your time. Today is to let your light shine, my friends. And remember this. Make the rest of your life the best of your life. And I want to send all of you love, light, and magic. That's my time. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. I love you.
I love you too, sister. Oh my gosh. We're going to share the stage one day and do a huge mastermind.
Fact.
Yes, for sure, for sure, for sure.
All right, my friend. Well, it's been amazing. And
yes.
I'm about to go. I know my mom's probably going to win again. We're going to go play Monopoly. So.
Handle that. And I better get ready to go start working on this steak.
Send me a picture.
Okay, we'll do for sure.
And Judy says thank you. And she's just one of those earth angels you were talking about. Judy, thank you so much for all your continued support and love. And we love you. And everybody else, I love you. Have a great day. And we'll talk soon. See you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.